Greetings. I hope everybody can hear me. If you could hear me, please put the number one in the chat. I'm trying a new camera. That's why you see me so close up. If you could hear me clearly, put the number one in the chat. Please put the number one in the chat on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. If you can hear me clearly, put the number one in the chat. You may notice the difference with the sound from this particular camera. I had to throw out another camera because I'm preparing for this masterclass. It's not an it's easy, but it's not easy. Let me put it like that because a lot of things that I will be discussing for that masterclass is going to be very interesting. But today I want to delve right into it. That's why I didn't run a lot of commercials. If you notice, didn't run a lot of commercials because this topic is a serious topic that we're about to unfold from my perspective. And it is my perspective from a numerovational perspective. That's why this platform is called the Numerovational Perspective in the Numerovational universe. Numerovation means motivating you with the numbers connected to words, names, dates. And that's why you've noticed on my channel, I've been focusing on sayings and words and not in particular too much dates or of people or individuals. I save that intimate conversation for my numerovational consultations. So if you do want to book a numerovational consultation for the month of January, I have 15 slots left, 15 or 14 slots left. So please text me your full name, date of birth, and an email so I can send you the details via the email. I have the 10 and 15 minutes, which is a pre-recorded session. You get to text me at least 3 to 4 questions, depending on which one you get. The 15-minute one, I break down your first name in an email from the Pythagoras system and what it means and to keep you motivated with your first name. In the 10-minute, I don't do that. But in the 30-minute and the 60-minute, I do give you your full name breakdown in email. It's just 30 minutes with me. And then the 60 minutes, you're allowed at least 24 to 48 hours access after you do the 1 hour session or the 60-minute session. Okay, just want to let people know. I'm not advertising as much right now because this one is going to be a longer presentation, but I'm going to see if I can go through it quickly. And also those who want to send a donation to get the trauma bond cord cutting rituals. If you feel that you have to break a few traumatic things that has happened, I have, from my perspective and my research, I put together a nice presentation or a nice list of rituals you can do to break certain traumas. So all you have to do is make a donation through PayPal and send me your email or through the links pinned to the top here. I'm using PayPal, Venmo, and Zelle. And once you do circulate, at least you got to be at least $11.11 and up. $11.11 and up. No $1.99, no $2.99, no $5.99. $11.11 and up. So that's $11.11, $12.12, $13.13, and up. If you want the cord cutting rituals from research, and I want to share a few books that I'm trying to tell you, I don't play around when it comes to this stuff because this is a serious thing. Here's a good book to get if you want a good book. This one is called Shaolin Qigong, because this deals with energy in motion and how to ground yourself through Qigong. Very good. Nefer Atum, he has a good book, and I can't find it. I hope I didn't. I probably lost that in the storage because I lost my storage recently due to miscommunication with family members. Here's another good book. This one is called Meditation for Beginners. Meditation for Beginners. You need In order for you to break certain trending trauma bonding, Meditation for Beginners by Stephanie Clement, PhD. Stephanie Clement. Next one, this one is a very good one because I study all types of systems. This one is called Rosicrucian Reflections. Rosicrucian Reflections by Christian Bernard. Rosicrucian Reflection by Christian Bernard. Giving you a few books. Spiritual Cleansing. I've recommended this book before. Spiritual Cleansing and Psychic Defense by Robert Laramie. Robert Laramie. Giving you a few books just to help open you up to breaking those trauma bonds with family, friends, relationships, institutions, whatever. This book is a new book out called Reiki by Nina Dunham, who I'll be interviewing on the 15th of this month. I'll be interviewing her on the 15th of the month. So she has a new book on Reiki. So this one is called Reiki by Nina Dunham. You can go online for that also. Another good book, The Yogi Science of Breath. The Yogi Science of Breath, written by Yogi Ramacharaka. Ramacharaka. The Yogi Science of Breath. Very good book. It's helped me breathe and focus on my breathing. Inhale through my nose, exhale through my mouth, and also inhale, breathing through my nostrils also. Another good book, by the Inner Peace Lighthouse, Spiritual Wisdom. This is by Minister Jew and Noble and Pooh. That's Minister Jew and Noble and Pooh. Very good book, Spiritual Wisdom for the 21st century. Very good book to have. Giving you a few books in my arsenal right now. But although I lost a storage full of thousands of books with my relatives, which I love respectfully, miscommunication is a terrible thing, family. Also, my book, I recommend my book because it's all about numerovational perspective, motivating people with their numbers. And towards the back of the book, starting on page 92, I have methods of healing through proper and positive intentions. And I give different therapy like birthstone therapy, crystal therapy, aroma therapy, color therapy, sun gazing therapy, sound therapy, breathing therapy, magnet therapy, massage therapy, Reiki therapy. I give a brief meaning of each one of them in my book, Numerovation for Mental Stability, starting on page 92. So it's a lot going on, family. A lot going on, and I want people to really wake up. And again, those who are interested in the trauma bond cord cutting, you have to send a donation of $11.11 and up, $11.11 and up. And if you just want to get it just to share it with a family member that may be going through it, please do that. I know family members and some people are still connected, trauma bonding with food. Dr. Laila Africa spoke about it. I've heard Queen Afua speak about it. I've heard some of the newer holistic practitioners, like one of my moderators here, Dr. Shakira Moore, speak about it. Make sure you support what she's doing. I'm very proud of her journey. She's one of my moderators, and she has a class coming up, a master class coming up on the 15th. So register through her Linktree. And I'm proud to announce that her new book is coming out. She's going to be doing the pre-orders on February the 15th. The Iris Papers. Man, I love to play on the words because we know that the late, great Frances Cress Welsing did the ISIS Papers. I got that book. She signed that book, as a matter of fact. But this book right here, I'm waiting for. I'm not sure if she's going to make it a series or not. It would be good if it's a series. But this book, The Iris Papers, Don't it look good on the screen? Look at this book. Don't it? If it looks good on the screen, please put the number 1 in the chat if this book looks good on the screen. Put the number 1 in the chat, because this is going to be like Dr. Valentine loved Dr. Shakira and Dr. Nalani. No, and this is going to be a game changer for melanated iridologists or melanated eye doctors, because this can help the eye doctors also. So I'm proud of this woman's journey. I've known her for some years. I've known her family. Her uncle was a good friend. As a matter of fact, her uncle was one of my teachers as far as learning how to disseminate the Final Call newspaper back in the 90s. Her uncle, the late, great Kenny Muhammad, my brother Kent. And her grandmother inspired us through the newspaper to pay attention to the vaccines back in the day. Sister Dora Muhammad, the late, great Dora Muhammad. So I'm sure that her uncles are smiling down on her uncle and her grandmother and her mom. Not forget her mom, who transitioned also. And I believe that date that she's doing her pre-orders is her mom's birthday. Yes, that's her mom's birthday, because her uncle Kenny is born February the 13th. I know that. I'm born February 1st. Her mom was born February the 15th. Her mom transitioned, but her mom is definitely shining down on her Uncle Kenny, and her dear grandmother, who happens to be born the same day as she is born, shining down. So Dr. Shakira Moore, look out for this. I might be bringing tears to her eyes right now. No, she's sensitive. She's sensitive. I got to make sure she all right. You know what I'm saying? But she's one of my moderators. Make sure you support her. Also, Color Curiosity is one of my moderators here. So make sure y'all support Color Curiosity, what she does as far as, and breaking trauma bond. Colors are important. Spiritual work is important. So when my accountability team, or what I call the moderators, that are 2 people practicing different things, these 2 people right here, they're doing wonderful work from their perspective. And just make sure anything that they do, you support them, call their numbers, text them, whatever you need to do to set up an appointment, make it happen, because this is a serious trauma bonding is a very serious thing happening in our society. And not only does the numbers, and remember, many of you might say, how can these numbers mean everything to every word? And some of them might have the same number, but remember, numerology is here to guide like a GPS. And sometimes you get construction, sometimes you get obstructions, sometimes you get destructions, and sometimes there's complacence, there's comfort, where people are, and remember, comfort is the enemy of progress. Nothing is not moving in this realm. Even when it appears to be not moving, it's moving, because the atoms and the molecules is constantly moving. It may be moving slower. That's why we perceive it. So this lesson today, trauma bonding. Some of us pass this down from generation to generation, from mother to child, from father to child, through sperm or through ovum or through blood or through DNA. That part. Some of the arguments that you see online and social media, some of the debates that you see online, a lot of them realize that behind the scenes, those same individuals go through trauma bonding with religion, trauma bonding with institution, trauma bonding, and they may feel that they're healing it, but it's not. There's no one size fit all in healing. Can I get an amen or a woman in the chat? There's no one size fit all in healing. Can I get an amen or a woman in the chat? There is no one size fit all in healing at all. A woman, amen. I don't care what you put it in. I love both of them. Thank you very much, Holistic Healer, Dr. Shakira, for putting this up. That's right. Subscribe and comment. There's no one size fit all. What Dr. Africa may have given you may not suit one person or many people, and what Dr. Sabi may have given you may not suit the other person. Other what Queen Afua, what Paul Goss, what all of these um, from books like the Back to Eden, it may not suit you. It may not suit you. And we got to recognize that we have to find balance and take what we need. That's what I've done. To take what I need from every organization, every religious thing that I've been through or grew up under, or every music, everything that I've come to, every ideal, every thought, every word. That's why I do the words in the background. And it's very important to me. And it should be very important to you. Now I got my lessons ready. Got my lessons ready in the background, baby. Oh yeah, I'm not new to this. I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. And and everything that you see in different colors, like red, everything you see in red, that's going to be online research. I'm going to start emphasizing that. I do a lot of online research. I do Google. I do AI. I do all of it. And then like I just showed you, a bunch of books. I do the books too. Got no problems cross-referencing stuff. No problems doing that. And none of you should have any problems doing that either. Just want to remind everyone that I will be on Billy Carson's network tonight at 7 p.m. Cosmic Codes Decoding Reality. King Simon will be interviewed by Billy Carson, or we will be having an exchange between two brothers. And the next lesson that's coming up is birthday, birth date, and born day. Numerovational, spiritual, and physical perspective of all three of those things from a numerical and spiritual and physical perspective. Because a lot of people have problems celebrating their birthday or acknowledging birth dates because of whatever religion they was taught under, but yet they will acknowledge Jesus on the 25th or his death or his transition on doing Easter and his rise and that, but we don't recognize that our birth and our rise and our transition is just as important as Jesus, if not more important. And I know I'm gonna get slack for that, but I could care less. I'm good. They don't realize that there is a reflection that these prophets or people that we push up as prophets and soothsayers are just a reminder of what we came here to become on earth, and not everybody's going to do. Not everybody was going to do. Not everybody is going to do. Not everybody is going to bring out their Jesus energy. Not everybody is going to bring out their Muhammad energy. Not everybody is going to bring out their Moses energy. Not everybody's going to bring the Buddha energy. Not everybody's going to bring out the Rasta Haile Selassie. Remember, Haile Selassie's name was Rastafari. Rastafari. His name was Tafari. People keep on forgetting that's his name. That's a part of his old name. So not everybody's going to become a higher level of those individuals that we push up on a pedestal instead of looking at them as we are a reflection of them, and the God force or the creative force that came through them is also within us. And until we recognize that, trauma bonding will be over. Traumatic situations will be over, or at least managed on this realm, because this is the realm of lessons. This is the earth. This is the planet of lessons. So when I go to the numbers, y'all might not see me. And it's okay. And again, I'm using a new camera, so forgive me. I'm using a new camera here. I'm using a new camera. The word trauma, which comes from traumatic, or is a part of the word traumatic, or trauma. This is the root word of traumatic, and the word bonding. Look at the frequency that they add up to. The word trauma adds up to 20, which is a 2. 2 is a number of emotional depth, internal depth. So when people go through trauma, it creates an emotional cling that we may, and because 0 is connected to it, remember what I said yesterday about the 0. 0 as extremities, 0 as intensity to any number that it follows. So when someone is going through trauma, it's an intense thing that that person is going through. Whether it's a child, whether it's a mom, whether it's a dad, whether you're going through gender problems or gender situations and or whatever you're doing, there's trauma going on. When you want to traumatize your body and do certain things to your body, cut this off and put that back on, or cut your face up and do all kinds of stuff. If it's not done under a religious or spiritual pretense, which some tribes or some cultures do, and you're just doing it to do it, it can also connect to trauma. And that could be a form of trauma bonding. The word bonding, root word is bond. Let me say something real quick. And big up to the 5% Nation and the Nation of Islam. It was the 5% and the Nation of Islam that coined the words about the word bond. They coined it heavily back in the day. The word is bond. Your word is bond. Not bond. Your word is bond. So that word bond is a very powerful word in the midst of the word bonding, which adds up to a 38, which is a master number 11. A lot of people like to say, my word is bond, word is bond, word is bond. But let me tell people, a lot of people don't recognize that there is a completion in that whole saying. And in the lessons, and I have the lessons here from the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad and Father Allah, who took many of the information, a majority of the information, and brought it to the streets to the young people. Big up to Father Allah, aka Clarence 13X. When you say your word is bond, it goes on to say, and bond is life. And I shall give my life before my word shall fail. That is the completion of the whole saying. After you say word is bond, that's not the end of the completion. And I think if people knew that, they'd be very careful what they promise to people or what they assure people or when they say, my word is bond. Because a lot of people would be dead or unalive today just by saying that word, that saying, because they only got the word is bond, your word is bond, my word is bond, my word is bond. And that's all we hear. But it says my word is bond, and bond is life. Because you're bonding your word to your life, and your word is supposed to give life also if you are honest with what you do and how you do things. So word is bond, bond is life, and I shall give my life before my word shall fail. Oh, it's giving you a premise and a punchline. It's telling you, it's giving you the completion of what it said when you say that word is bond. Yo, it's powerful. That's not a joke. That's nothing to play with. I'm trying to tell you people. I want people to put the number 9 in the chat if they understand what I'm saying. That word, those words, the word is bond is not, and that's why bonding adds up to a master number 11 in the Pythagorean system. Interesting enough, the word bond adds up to a number 17, which is an 8, and that's a karmic number. So when you say your word is bond, when you put something out there and say it's your bond, And if you don't live up to that bond, that karmic energy comes back to you. Bond 2, 6, 5, 4 adds up to 17, which is an 8. And 8 is a karmic number, both good and bad, both constructive and destructive in the Pythagorean system, which Pythagorean got it from us, the melanated people, and remixed it for his people in Greece, which I have no problems with that. We could still use it as long as we're not abusing it. In the Chaldean system, which is from the melanated people, and I've showed y'all this book many times before, The Black Chaldeans by John Brinson. Very good recommended reading and bibliography in the back of the book, The Black Chaldeans. In the Pythagorean system, in the Chaldean system, the melanated Chaldean system of numbers, the word bond adds up to a number 18, which is a 9, which is a number of completion, elevation, humanity on one side, but on the negative side is the number of war, fighting, killing, murder that kill. You're seeing things happening as we're coming in and edging in into the number 9 year. Yes, that's all about the frequency, baby. All about the frequency. So when you say your word is bond, bond can either elevate you to be your best or de-elevate you to be your worst, to the point that you get into contention and war because you didn't keep your word, because your word is bond. But when we're dealing with trauma bonding, the word trauma adds up to 20, adds up to 38. The word trauma adds up to 20, and the word bonding adds up to 28. At 38 and 20 plus 38 equals 58. 5 plus 8 equals 13. Family, when I say I can't make this stuff up, I can't make this stuff up. To show you how important the use of numbers are to help give you an inkling of guidance, to show you how to navigate even with the words we say and the names we have. So if you go in my book, Numerovation for Mental Stability, I talk about the number 13 in a very loving manner, but it can be a very disrespectful energy if you don't use it correctly. Let me say that again. Number 13 is a very powerful, loving energy. Creativity and expansion. The 1 and the 3 energy can be creative and expansive in any way, but it is the symbol of power and dominion. And if properly understood, but if it's wrongly used, it can wreak destruction upon itself, according to some occult studies. It is a karmic number, meaning that when karmic numbers like the number 13, the 14, the 16, and the 19 steps into your fray, or you're born under that number, you got to make sure you stay on the good foot. The good foot, like James Brown said, stay on the good foot. Because if you don't stay on the good foot with those type of karmic numbers around you, the trauma bonding that it adds up to 13, 58, which is a 13. If you don't stay on the good foot, then trauma bonding can be an issue and not be something that you will release, because it adds up to a 13 or adds up to a number 4. 4 deals with the need to learn how to heal from it and reverse the effects of it on the positive, but also becomes a mental health number. And like I said, in my book, Numerovation for Mental Stability, 4 is one of the primary numbers of mental health. Not negative, not positive, but it just lets me know that people born connected to the 4, the 13, the 22nd, or the 31st of the month have to be very mindful of what they allow in their head. That can become a trauma bonding situation or something that could be traumatic. And let me say that again for the people in the back of the room. So we got to be very mindful. And it's not that any number is bad or good. It's just alerting you of the vibrations that you could attract to you if you're not careful from the negative in this realm. I don't know about any other realm right now. I'm not talking about any other realm, but in this realm, because according to MIT study, it takes 16 positive to knock out 1 negative in this round. Now, the word trauma bonding adds up to 45. 4 and 5 is, and this is very interesting because the year that we're in, 2025, equals 45 when you add 20 plus 25. If you're just doing 2, 0, 2, 1, that's a number 9. Where trauma bonding, 18 plus 27 equals 45. So look out for high levels of trauma bonding in this year because it's ruled by the number 45 or connected to number 45. And remember, 4 and 5 are communication numbers. Those are numbers, let me take that up. These are numbers of communication. These numbers right here. 4 is a disciplinary attitude that you have to have in communication. That's why when people are born under that 4 energy, I always tell them, if you got a lot of 4 in your chart, I say, look here, man. Or look here, sister. Look here, brother. Look here, family. If you're born with a lot of 4s in your chart, like if you have 4, like D's and M's in your chart, a lot of them, or you always got to be very clear in how you communicate because the number 4 in certain systems of numerology is called the secret hater number. You can become a secret hater of other people, or you could attract secret haters if you got a lot of 4s in your chart. If you got a lot of 4s in your chart, if you're using a lot of 4s in your name, if you got a lot of M's in your chart, a lot of D's in your chart, a lot of T's from the Chaldean perspective, but a lot of V's in your chart, especially when it comes to letters in your name. That means you got to find out how I can protect my mentality, my mind. Trauma adds up to an 18. Now, in compound numerology, and I do implore that you get my book. I do advise that you get my book because I cover different systems in my book. And I might not say which one it is. I might just say in older systems, but in the back of the book, I have recommended reading that you could come and find it for yourself. But I always suggest, I don't like to give people a book list per se, but I do have a book list in the back of the books, in the back of all my books. I like people to resonate with whatever they're Googling. And when they find out what they resonate, if they feel good about getting my book or Lloyd's book or Alfred Helen Hitchcock's book or Florence Campbell's book, if they feel good, if they resonate with that name and that, get the book. Go get it. Because your spirit says, I like this name. Oh, I like the vibration. I like the color, the texture of this book, how it looks to me on Google or on Amazon or a thrift shop. I never like to recommend books. I do share different books, but I always tell my clients to go with your spirit because your true GPS is within your very soul, your very heart and your mind connection. Because when your heart is connected to a book, then your mind will flow with the book. And now you've brought the heart and mind connection together. That's very important for me. And when I talk to people, when I do consultations and all that kind of stuff. So the number 18 and the word trauma and the number 27, although they add up to a number 9, have 2 distinct meanings, both positive and negative, and also mid-drift. Because mid-drift, when I say mid-drift, I mean it can also be a number of complacency. If the person doesn't operate on either a higher or lower frequency, they'll stay right there. It's neither good or bad. But the symbol of the 18 is the symbol of material side striving to destroy the spiritual side of nature. Trauma is connected to that symbolism, 18. The spiritual side, striving to destroy the spiritual side of nature. When you are in trauma or going through trauma in your life, and if you don't recognize the higher vibratory energy of uplifting yourself out of the trauma, that's where problem can lie. That's when it becomes destructive. And I go on to say that the number 18 is also indicates the exploration of secret realms. So in order for you to understand or understand your trauma, you have to be able to go within and find out where the trauma started, or go back into time into the compartmentalized aspect, compartmentalized perspective of your mind, because sometimes we compartmentalize a lot of our trauma, and then it comes up in a relationship. It comes up in a red flag. It comes up in a black flag, whatever y'all call it, red flag. Everything is a red flag. You know, everybody want to look, every relationship, man and woman is looking for this red flag, red flag. So, but we keep on as if you're perfect. None of us is perfect in this realm. We might have a perfect energy within us, but this physical body is not perfect. We're just perfect in how we was made to be presented amongst the world. But in the Holy Quran, it says we was created perfect, but yet imperfect. That part. That part. That's why I love what Dr. B shared with us on my platform before and shared on other platform when he said this: I forgive myself, my family, and others for imperfection. And I am thankful for my life, because in order for you to end trauma bonding, it has to start with forgiveness of yourself. You got to forgive yourself first, then forgive your family, then forgive others, and then be thankful that you're able to at least manage that weak part of you. Please like, subscribe, and share. Let's build this algorithm. Let these people know that King Simon is only bringing quality stuff from a mathematical perspective. Now, the number 27, bonding, adds up to the number 27. 27 in my book is the symbol of a scepter, which is known in history as a special mystical staff passed down from parent to son, from generation to generation. 27 is what we call the number that indicates reward will come from using productive intellect and creative ability. So even in bonding, when you bond yourself to something, you bond yourself to someone, you bond yourself to some entity or some institution. If it's not creative, if it's not something that's creative for you or beneficial to you, it will not enable you to reap the benefits from the bonding. And I'm not talking about trauma. I'm talking about when you're bonding to anything. If you're getting married, a wedding ring is about bonding. That's why it's called a wedding band. Band and bond is similar. It's just a matter of the vowels being changed from A to O. Band and bond. It's really the wedding bond, not just the wedding band. It's a wedding bond, because when you give each other a ring, you are bonding and proclaiming that you're bonding to each other. That's where your word is supposed to be bond. That's why you're supposed to be able to heal with that person, grow with that person, and not separate and all that kind of stuff. Till death do us part. That's what that bond or band is all about. Man, it's powerful. But 18 plus 27 equals 45. And like I said, 45 is a communication number. So if you don't communicate clearly as you're going and dealing with tribal bonding and how to eliminate it, that's where you're going to constantly have these things coming back and coming back and coming back and coming back to haunt you instead of heal you. Olga, I see you. Thank you very much for sending a PayPal. Olga, I'll make sure I email you the trauma bonding, the cord cutting lesson. I do have a cord cutting. Those who want to receive the cord cutting rituals that I have to offer through research, I really had to go and check this out and make it happen through research. And I was doing it last night. I forgot the time I went to bed. Lord have mercy. But I do have a cord cutting, but it requires a donation. You have to either give $11.11 or $12.12, $11.11, $12.12, because it's a long list of cord cutting rituals that I'm going to give to you. One of the cord cutting rituals is the energetic server and unhealthy bond connecting you to the person or situation. What you'll need: a quiet, sacred space is one of the cord cutting. A candle, preferably white or black, depending on what situation and what you're dealing with. A piece of string or ribbon, scissors. I mean, I'm giving you certain rituals to use it and what to do with it. sitting comfortably and taking deep breaths. I'm getting into all of that in this cord cutting ritual. But it does require donation through PayPal or all the links that you see penned up. I got Venmo, I got thing there also. So if y'all want that, y'all can just circulate either 1111 and up, Venmo or Zelle. Use the email for Zelle. I got the email for Zelle. So just want to make sure y'all know the email is Tab Productions 318. And when you send a donation, please text me your email so I can send it to you. I want to email you the list. Please send me the email. Okay, very important. That's going to be very important. Again, it's just my perspective. It's a perspective that I'm coming from. You can go to people like Conjure Queen. She breaks down some great cord cutting. I love Conjure Queen. She's born July the 6th. Very good people. She's all about her healing. She can get ghetto and gangster with it too, but I love that she can be that cancer gangster woman. You know, Cancer is my Jupiter in astrology. Also, who does cord cutting? The moderndaysage.com, the moderndaysage.com. She does cord cutting. Erica Davy, she's an sister from out of, I think, Nigeria, Ghana. She is also good at cord cutting. Mama Ella, I believe she also still does cord cutting. Big up to Mama Ella and what she does. So check them out. I'm coming from my perspective. That's why I'm requiring a donation, because I really went in, and also, like I said, I've been showing y'all books. Spiritual, those that have just came in, I showed these books. Spiritual Cleansing and Psychic Defense is all about trauma, breaking trauma bonds, learning how to meditate correctly. This is meditation for beginners. All you have to just Google up these words and you'll see these covers come up. Meditation for beginners, about grounding and doing certain systems, using certain systems, Qigong, Shaolin, Qigong, energy in motion, very good. I showed that earlier. Rosicrucian, if you're into studying different sciences and different methods, Rosicrucian Reflection, very good book. I showed it earlier with the name in the early parts. This by my brothers, my two brothers, my brother Minister Jew and Noble Ampu. This book is called Spiritual Wisdom for the 21st Century. I've been showing that book. This is another good book that I showed, The Yogi Science of Breath. The Yogi Science of Breath by this yogi right here, but I read out the name earlier. Also, this new book by Nina Dunham, who I'm going to be interviewing on the 15th, Reiki. Very good book, very well put together. You can check it out. Also, the New Black Wall Street this month. And remember, Paris Williams will be at the New Black Wall Street this month with her at her booth, signing her books. So make sure y'all support Paris also on what she do. All right. I'm going to take a quick commercial break, and then we're going to come with the lesson. Of course, you see the lesson. The lesson is right here, baby. We're going to make it happen. We'll be right back after this. Don't touch that dial. This is King Simon Presents Only Quality People. Today's lesson is trauma bonding. Trauma bonding. Let's break it down. Let's start to heal from it. Let's start helping other people from it. And I got some good points and some good lessons to provide after this commercial break. I'll be right back after this. Don't touch that dial.
Get ready. The 42nd International Reggae and World Music Awards Show is coming to the Coral Springs Center for the Arts, Fort Lauderdale on Sunday, March 20, 2025. Celebrate the biggest names in reggae and world music as we bring nations together through music and culture. Early bird tickets are on sale now. Don't miss out. Grab yours today at thecentercs.com or irama.com and book your stay for an unforgettable weekend. Hurry, prices go up after Thanksgiving. Follow us on social media and visit our website, www.irawma.com for more details. The 42nd Irama Show, where the world comes to celebrate music.
Numerovation with King Simon. Text me now at 347-496-1022. You can also take my course if you want to, but do text me for your sessions at 347-496-1022. You can also get my books on Amazon at linktr.ee/King Simon the Numerovator. Remember, you can book your session and get it done right now. 347-496-1022. That's 347-496-1022. King Simon the Numerovator.
All right. I want to say happy birthday to my granddaughter. One of my granddaughters celebrating her birthday today. Her name is Carmen with a K. Happy birthday, Carmen. Happy birthday, Carmen. Happy birthday, Carmen. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. She might be watching, so I'm just singing. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to my granddaughter. Happy birthday. You know, I gotta wish her a happy birthday. I'm texting her now. Wish Carmen a happy birthday. A happy birthday to Carmen. Having grandchildren is very interesting. Sometimes you don't get to be around them all the time, but they're beautiful. Just wanted to wish her a happy birthday to Carmen. Today is her birthday. Matter of fact, happy belated birthday to my son's girlfriend, Dominique. She just celebrated her birthday on January the 5th with Dr. B. Sirius. So happy birthday to all of these great Capricorn individuals. As a matter of mathematical fact, Capricorn and Aquarius used to share the same planet before they discovered Uranus. Or some people say Uranus. But happy birthday to Carmen, my granddaughter. Happy birthday to Dominique. Happy birthday to Vibes Cartel today. Happy birthday to Dr. B, who celebrated his birthday also with Dominique on January the 5th. And happy birthday to Sister Myra Moss. Her birthday is going to be tomorrow alongside Nomu Ali, alongside R. Kelly. And alongside the young lady that played Clarissa Shields in the movie. Tomorrow's her birthday also. Man, they just, and one thing about Capricorns before I move on. Family, that Capricorn in certain metaphysical sciences are what we call make it happen frequencies. They came here to make things happen. And some of the most well-known Capricorns in history has made things happen. Denzel Washington, we know he's a Capricorn. LeBron James, Capricorn. Stan Lee, Capricorn. Chancellor Williams, Capricorn. Black historians are Capricorn. A lot of Capricorn black historians also was a melanated historian. Chancellor Williams, Sheikh Anta Diop. People like John Henry Clark was born on the Capricorn. Dr. Ben, Capricorn. Dr. Ben was a Capricorn also. Martin Luther King was a Capricorn. Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad, Capricorn. Sister Carol, the reggae artist, Capricorn. Tony Rebel, reggae artist, Capricorn. Vibes Cartel, today is his birthday. Vibes Cartel, honor and respect to you. I never got to meet him. I know people around him, but I never got to meet Vibes Cartel. Love to meet him and people like Movado. I think I met Movado before, but Movado is November 30th. So happy birthday. Him and Sanchez, the reggae artist, are born the same day. Happy birthday to my boy Tad. Today is Tad Cromwell's birthday too. Happy birthday to Tad. So a lot of those Capricorn energies out there, wishing all of them a happy born day. Happy born day, especially my grandchild, man. It's always a beautiful deja vu. I think today's your birthday. I didn't know. I think it is. I'm not sure. But yeah, okay. You can. Oh, happy birthday to you too, there. Happy birthday. Everybody born between December and January, right before Aquarius come in. Happy birthday to all of you. One of my former wives is a Capricorn, born the same day as Sade. My former wife, Tesleen. Big up to her. And if you're ever in North Carolina on Bedford, make sure y'all go to her store. It's called All Eyes on Egypt. Go to my former wife. She calls herself what she calls herself now? Amonette. Amonette, that's her name, but Taslim back in her younger days. So happy birthday to all you Capricorns and my son. Oh, so it's a beautiful thing, man. Big up to the Capricorn season, people that are celebrating. Also, Xavier, brother Xavier Muhammad, happy birthday to also Dr. Shakira Moore's uncle, brother Xavier. He celebrated his birthday. And Dr. Phil Valentine's stepdaughter, but Dr. Nalani's daughter, Nanette. Happy birthday to her also. I just want to remind people also that I am going to have Queen Afua special broadcast on my show on Thursday. She's going to be at Nicholas Brooklyn on the 11th. She's going to be at Nicholas Brooklyn on the 11th. I have Queen Afua. Oops, I put her in the wrong date, but yeah, I have Queen Afua coming in. I didn't do a flyer for that yet, but Queen Afua will be with me on the 9th. I'm sorry, on the 9th. She'll be with me on the 9th. And here's the flyer for Queen Afua. Those who want to support Queen Afua at Nicholas Brooklyn. Hold on one second. Queen Afua will be at Nicholas Brooklyn. Make sure you go to the Nicholas Brooklyn at Eventbrite to get the tickets. She has a new book signing also. She got a new book about to come out. So Enough Food as Medicine. That's a new book. It's a 7-series 2025 book launch at Nicholas Brooklyn from 12 to 4 p.m. My dear sister, Queen Afua. Tickets are available. Make sure you support our beautiful, beloved sister. She is the world to me. I'll tell you that for a matter of fact. She is the world to me. And she has been one of the elders that have helped me out throughout my life from the 80s. When she was with Dr. Valentine, I've known them both. I have a picture of both of them too, from when I brought them both in at an event. Remember, tonight I will be on Forbidden Knowledge at 7 o'clock, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The next lesson coming up is birthday, birth date, and born day. Very important. On the 8th, we have Dr. Alicia Watkins. And of course, on the 9th, I have Queen Afua coming in as she's going to be at Nicholas. I really didn't design a flyer for that. On the 12th, we have Paris Williams. On the 13th, we have Nina Dunham. On the 19th, early that morning, Jamel Simmons. And that later afternoon, we're going to have Cheyenne Black. On the 22nd, we have hypnotherapist Kendall Cobb's going to be on with us on January 22nd. And on the 26th, we have the beautiful brothers, my beautiful brothers, Professor James Smalls and Professor Griff. And y'all heard Brother Richard's announcement, right? Y'all heard Brother Richard's announcement. Oh, yeah, the 9 Ether God Fest. I'm one of the MCs, of course. We're going to have a good time. February 8th, so I might celebrate my birthday February 1st, so I might celebrate my birthday over there at the God Fest. Trying to have a banana pudding and vegan banana pudding at my table where I'll give people who wants a piece of my banana pudding, all of that stuff. That's my banana pudding cake that I'm going to have, courtesy of some great friends at the New Black Wall Street Mall from 7 p.m. to 1:30 a.m. That's going to be powerful. Woo! Did y'all see? Yesterday was full form yesterday. Dr. Valentine was there. On February 16th, it's going to be Dr. Philip Valentine and Brother Sabir. That's going to be hardcore, baby. And remember, join my membership so you can get all the extras that's going on in the membership. Find out what's happening in my membership. Please join. Support Paris Williams and what she does. If you want to get your taxes done, contact my brother and tell him that King Simon sent you. 862-314-6039. And if you're into reggae, this is going to be the Reggae and World Beat Awards ceremony on March the 30th in Coral Springs, Florida. And big up to Adara Moselle. Go to our website, adaramoselle.com, and hit her up or scan the QR code or go to our linktree/Adara Moselle. Big up to Lloyd Strayhorn, Lloyd-Strayhorn.com. Support him. And don't forget Sister Amira. She's a cartomancy specialist. Make sure you text her and hit her up and tell her King Simon sent you. Big up to my son in Atlanta. Big up to my son in New York. And remember, I got 15 slots left right here in the month of January. If you want to book a session with me, text me your full name, date of birth, and an email, and I'll hook you up. And don't forget, please, family, get my books. If you can't support the channel, get my books, book a session, whatever. The new book, hey, family, I just finished this book, but I'm now editing. I did 0 all the way to 999. I just finished it this morning. And now I'm editing the book, so it's going to take me a little while to edit it. So more than likely, I'm trying to get it out for my birthday, but if not, it's going to be out for spring. The Numerovational Angles and Angel Numbers book is coming out. And this will probably come out towards the spring, later spring or summer. This is the children's book that's coming out. And remember, my autobiography is coming out, okay? When the late bell ring in 2026. All right, let's keep it moving now. Let's keep it moving. I ain't finished yet. We got the lessons now. Y'all ready for the lessons? If y'all ready for the lesson, put the number 1 in the chat. If y'all ready for the lessons, put the number 1 in the chat. If y'all ready for the lessons, put the number 1 in the chat right now. If y'all ready for the lessons that I have to share. Woo, we're gonna see if we can get through this real fast because it's now what, 12 o'clock? Oh man, shoot. Oh man, I'm trying a new camera out, so I don't know how to. I don't know how to sound. I know the sound is working, but I'm trying a new camera. I had to buy a new camera because of the workshop. And remember, please, people. I sound like somebody familiar. People. Let me put my link tree in the chat right now. Those who want to join me, first and foremost, those who want to join Dr. Phil Valentine. Hold on. I got to shout out Baba first. Let me put Baba's his link first. Those who want to join Baba Phil Valentine on his webinar on January the 19th. I'm gonna put the link in the chat right now. There it is. Put the link in the chat right now. Baba Phil Valentine. Coconut water. Yeah, man. Pure coconut water. Support Baba Valentine on his webinar coming up. And of course, his webinar is going to be this. Let me find the webinar feature here. Where's his webinar? Come on now, what happened to it? I know I had it. I didn't erase it. What did I do with Baba Phil Valentine's? Oh, there you go. Baba Phil Valentine's webinar. Countdown to 2030. Make sure y'all support Baba Valentine. Go to his website, uksnow.org. The number is actually, the ending of that number is 1291. Pardon me for that. I forgot to change it. 1291. Dr. Valentine's number to call. 1291. It's not 1219. So please pardon me. I forgot to change it on this flyer here. And those who want to take my webinar or my masterclass, please go to my linktree / King Simon the Numerovator. That's linktree / King Simon the Numerovator. Once again, linktree / what did I do with that linktree? I know you here somewhere. Jesus Christ. Where's my linktree? Where's my linktree? Where's my linktree? Where's my linktree? There you go. Where's my link tree? Let me put that link in the chat right now, just in case y'all want to go to that for my class. Let me put it down here so I don't miss it. I'm gonna put that in the chat also. If y'all want to go to my masterclass coming up, you can go to my link tree to get that. Go to my link tree. The masterclass is coming up, and that's the masterclass coming up. Guided Interpretations Masterclass. Man, I'm using multiple systems. I'm using the Pythagorean, I'm using the Chaldean, I'm using the Nigerian, and I'm using my new Numerovational binary system to do this guided interpretation. All right, so that's going to be powerful. And again, please support my moderators, Color Curiosity, that's Color Therapy, and also Dr. Shakira Moore. Make sure you support whatever they're doing. And remember, Dr. Shakira Moore her and I got to get on a live soon and do what we got to do. All right. We got to get on a live probably on the 10th. Her and I will probably get on a live and make it happen to help shout out her event, me and her. So she got a cleansing the lymphatic system coming up. And this is what I'm very proud of. This book right here she got coming out. The pre-orders will be up on her site, her link tree, her website through on February the 15th, her dear mama's birthday. Please support this book called The Iris Papers. The Iris Papers. Man, I am so in love with this title because I was in love with the Isis Papers by my dear sister, the one, the only, Dr. Frances Cress Welsing. I am in love with the play on words right here, the iris papers. Oh man, because the iris tells a story about your health, your wealth, and everything else. All right, so please support that dear sister. Isn't that fire? Isn't that book cover fire? Woo, man, she's on it, baby. I'm loving it. All right, so let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Oops, what did I just do? Hold on a second. Let's go. Okay, let's go. Put me on the bottom there. All right. Hey, here I am. I'm right here on the bottom. Right here. What up, y'all? What up, though? What up, though? All right. So big up to everybody on Instagram tuning in. Big up to everybody on Instagram tuning in. Big up to Dr. Ma'at. She hit me up. I got to bring Dr. Ma'at on, but I'm going to bring her on back after her birthday. I'm going to bring Dr. Ma'at after her birthday. She's Aquarius like myself, Dr. Oya Ma'at. Make sure y'all go to her YouTube channel, support that beautiful melanated sister, Dr. Oya Ma'at. Please, if you're going to text me your full name, date of birth, please text an email with it. Please send me your email. I see people are texting me. Text me your email also so I can send you the details on what different types of sessions I have. Okay. King Simon's notes. A spiritual and physical perspective on trauma bonding. According to research, trauma bonding is a deep and complex attachment formed in abusive or toxic relationships where cycles of pain and reward create a powerful emotional connection. This phenomenon can occur in relationships with partners, family members, friends, or even institutions. So, yes, like I was saying earlier, you can create a bond between all of these different things. And this is on online research, and I looked it up to check it out. And they got an extensive, they got a whole psychological breakdown. I didn't want to go all into that because we already over time. I started at 11 o'clock. We already over time. Physical perspective. From a psychological and physiological standpoint, trauma bonding is closely tied to how the brain and body responds to stress, fear, and intermittent reinforcement. Online research says neurochemical response. During abuse, the body releases cortisol and adrenaline, stress hormones. When the abuser shows affection or kindness, the brain responds with dopamine and oxytocin, pleasure and bonding hormones. This creates a cycle similar to addiction, according to online research in regards to neurochemical response. What I said now, over time, the brain associates the abuser with moments of relief, reinforcing the bond despite the pain. Powerful things to think about, that this is also a chemical reaction that is happening also within the individual, especially with the different things that are happening, the bonding hormones that's happening, and also the stress hormones are also in play. Here's another online thing: fight, flight, freeze, or fawn response. Trauma bonding often triggers fawning, a survival response where the victim tries to appease the abuser to maintain a sense of safety. Now, the word fawn of a person give a excessive display or exaggerated flattery or affection, typically in order to gain favor or advantage. That is the meaning of the word fawn. Like lawn, fawn. So when you're fawning, trauma bonding often triggers fawning, excessive displays of exaggerated flattery or affection, typically in order to gain favor or advantage. Be very careful and learn these words and understand. Take a snapshot if you need to. This was online research that I looked up. Cognitive dissonance. Victims may experience mental conflict between the abuser's harmful action and the moments of perceived love or care, making it difficult to leave. How many people do you know that have gone through this? Cognitive dissonance. Difficulty leaving relation. I have a whole cousin that did that. One time, me and my other cousin came to defend her, and she ain't want to leave this dude. I mean, we was coming, and the dude is smart. He tried to come up on us, and I'm glad he was coming up on because I wanted to get a close joke with my knife at that time. But my cousin, my female cousin, I won't mention her name, stepped between us and stopped us from dealing with this dude. Some people, and many people. How many people that you know go through cognitive dissonance? Please put the number 1 in the chat. Hey, Mary, thank you very much for spreading love. Thank you very much for that cash app. I mean, that super chat. Yes, thank you very much for that super chat. Very appreciative. Thank you very much for that super chat. I appreciate you, Mary. Thank you very much. You know, oh, people put that number 1. My aunt had lost her life. Yes. People, relative, have lost their life for cognitive dissonance. Man, that's deep. That is deep. Attachment wounds. Take a snapshot. If you ain't writing, you better snapshot and then write. Trauma bonding can stem from insecure attachment patterns formed in childhood, making individuals more susceptible to repeating familiar dynamics. I've gone through this. Family members that I know have gone through it. My cousin in Canada, she talks about it also. What attachment wounds, and that's what makes you bring back those same type of relationships in your family. Sometimes you got women that love those thug life and them hardcore brothers, and all of a sudden they keep on attracting the same ones that's abusing them verbally or abusing them physically. Keep on repeating. And if you are, we know what the meaning of insanity is. We all know what the meaning of insanity. They've been talking about that for years. Trying to do something, doing the same thing, trying to get a new results, it's just not working. It's not working. Spiritual perspective. Let's go to the spiritual perspective of trauma bonding. On a spiritual level, trauma bonding can be seen as a manifestation of karmic patterns, soul contracts, or unhealed wounds from this life or past lives. Key points: spiritual, karmic lessons, the soul contract. In some esoteric circles, it is believed we encounter certain relationships to heal, evolve, and transcend deep-seated wounds. Trauma bonds may arise as opportunities to break generational cycles or resolve spiritual debts. Listen to what is being said right here. Trauma bonds may arise as opportunities to break generational cycles and resolve spiritual depth. Why? Because you're supposed to learn from these things. You're not supposed to keep on repeating them. That's why I tell my clients all the time that things can be a lesson or a blessing to you, depending on the individual. There could be lessons or blessings. Every number, frequency, and the things that the interpretation that can be attracted to you from that number can be a lesson or a blessing. Even your challenge numbers can be a lesson because you're being challenged for a reason. And if you don't let that lesson become a blessing, then you will constantly waddle in this trauma bonding madness. Let's go back to the lesson. Mirror of shadow self. Mirror of shadow self. Abusive relationships can reflect unacknowledged aspects of the self, insecurities, lack of self-worth, or fear. The abuser may serve as a mirror, prompting deep inner work and self-realization. You got to really, you know what people have to do if something is a mirror, If the mirror is dirty, what do we do? Put it in the chat. If the mirror is dirty, what do you do when you see a dirty mirror? Put it in the chat. I know y'all, I got some smart people in my chat. Put it in the chat. If a mirror is dirty, what do you do with that mirror? Put it in the chat. Please like, subscribe, share with at least 3 people and thumb up the video. What do you do when a mirror is dirty? I know I do it. What do you do when a mirror is dirty? Clean it. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. When a mirror is dirty, we clean it. Clean it. Windex clean. Everybody say Windex. Everybody put the Windex on it. In the Caribbean, we used to use vinegar. Vinegar. I will use vinegar and water. And then if we don't use vinegar and water, here in America and in the Caribbean is just the lower part of America. So please don't get it twisted. We use vinegar and water just like up in down south, they use vinegar and water, or they might use ammonia and water. You know, you got to be very careful using ammonia though, because it puts some streaks on there. So you got to be very careful. You want to bleach it. You want to bleach. And then I bleach up them skin, then I bleach for look like a browning. He just passed on, my brother, Nardo Ranks. He just transitioned. Enough respect to his family and all that. But he sung that song. Yes, we clean it. Clean it. Clean it. Everybody's saying clean it. Yes, we clean it. So, mirror of the shadow self. If an abusive relationship can reflect unacknowledged aspects of the self, insecurities, lack of self-worth, and fear. And the abuser may serve as a mirror, prompting deep inner work and self-realization, then you need to clean the mirror. And if you can't clean the mirror, you break the mirror and throw it away. You want to break the trauma bond. Because sometimes the shadow self is just revealing the light within yourself. And sometimes you got to put a halt on all that madness that's going on in relationships. You can't be playing with your health. And I'm so happy that tomorrow, I'm going to have a psychiatrist here. I'm going to have Dr. Alicia Watkins, keeping your mind away from low frequencies. This is Sister Brother Boyce Watkins' wife. Tomorrow, I have her on. So I'm happy that she is a professional psychotherapist or psychiatrist. So she's going to be on with us tomorrow, helping us out with the knowledge and wisdom on how to stay away from low frequencies. You got to stay away from low frequencies. And when you continue to trauma bond with certain individuals, certain places, and I got to break down trauma porn, because there's people that just love trauma porn, love traumatic things on social media. I got to break down that word trauma porn next. We already know what trauma is, but when you add porn to it, it's a whole nother energy. Oh, I got to break that down. Lord have mercy. Got to break that down next. Probably sometime next week. Energetic cords. Trauma bonding creates energetic ties between individuals. These cords can drain spiritual energy, creating a feeling of being stuck or tied to the abuser. Those who want my spiritual cord, my cord cutting rituals, let me know. You got to circulate at least 11:11 and up. Start off at 11:11. Just circulate 11:11, because this is a long list that I have called cord cutting rituals. So if you're going through it, or you know family members that's going through it, please use my Cash App or not my Cash App, my Venmo, my PayPal, and my Zelle pinned to the top of this chat, pinned to the top of the chat, and go make it happen, and print it out or send it out to family members that might be going through it, even if you feel they might not listen. There it is. You can use Super Chat, PayPal, Venmo, or Zelle, but use the email for Zelle, not my telephone number. Use it. My telephone number might pop up. Don't use that. That's not signed to Zelle. So if you want to send 11:11, and make sure you put an email or text me your email after. text me your email after, and I will send the whole cord cutting ritual and list on how you do it, just to help out family members if you want to. If you want to. If you don't want to, hey, I'm good. I'm fine, family. Man, spiritual awakening through pain. Now, this is very interesting. For some, trauma bonding has led to a spiritual awakening where the intense suffering acts as a catalyst for self-discovery, empowerment, and ascension. How many people have gone through that? I believe Queen of Four broke that down years ago. So I'm going to ask her this question about trauma bonding. Remind me, anybody that's going to be in the audience while I'm interviewing Queen of Four this Thursday at 1 o'clock, I'll be interviewing her at 1 p.m. Thursday. Please remind me to ask her about trauma bonding and if she ever went through that before. Because again, trauma bonding can also deal with food, but some trauma bonding has led to a spiritual awakening. And sometimes when you realize that it can guide you or to alert you and take you to the next level, that's something that you need to purge out and write it down. And you may be able to turn it into book form. So anybody that's going through trauma bonding right now, I would suggest to any one of my clients, if you're doing a numerovational session with me and I see certain numbers that say you're supposed to write and express yourself and all that, and you're going through any trauma bonding stuff, write it out, release it, let go. Like Les Brown would say, let go and let God. Or like many other people say, Miles Monroe, everybody said, let go and let God. Let go and let God. For real, for real. Moving right along, I want to complete this. I don't want to keep y'all too late. Breaking trauma bonds, a healing approach. I'm gonna run down some stuff real quick for you. Physical and emotional healing, therapy and support groups. Seek trauma-informed therapists. That's why I'm bringing on Dr. Alicia tomorrow. Dr. Alicia will be on tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Seek trauma-informed therapists or counselors. Healing is enhanced by sharing experiences in safe, supportive environment. You know who else is very good at helping you through trauma? Let me share. Hold on. Oh, I forgot to share something with y'all. You know what? Who else is good for trauma? This person, not only Dr. Alicia, but also hypnotherapist Kendall Cobbs. She helped me through hypnotherapy. Hypnotherapist is very good. So we're going to be unlocking the subconscious, how hypnotherapy rewires the mind. We're going to have Kendall Cobbs in the building sharing some of her wisdom. So I can't wait for that to happen. All right, we're going to have her on the 22nd, January 22nd. Okay, so we're going to be touching on that with them. That's going to be very important. Physical, emotional, that, like I said, therapists, counselors, healing is enhanced by sharing experience in safe supportive environments. Somatic practices like engage in activities that reconnect the body and mind, such as yoga, breathwork, tai chi, qigong, reiki, grounding exercises, and other modalities, which I mentioned in my book, Numerovational for Mental Stability. I mentioned a lot of modalities in this book alone. I mentioned various modalities in this book, and also I got recommended reading in the back of the book. I got some websites to certain people, but also I showed a few books today, just in case y'all wanted. So make sure y'all rewind this video and see the books that I have on Reiki and spiritual cleansing and breath work and all that. It's all in there. It's all in this video right now. I might keep this up. I might not put this in the membership. So I might keep this up. I'm going to contemplate that when I get off. Spiritual and energetic release. That's why I got these cord cutting rituals. Cord cutting rituals. Visualize cutting energetic ties with the abuser. Use affirmations, candles, colors, stones, or crystals like black obsidian or selenite to assist in the process. Now, these are certain spiritual practices that you might have to go and research and look up for yourself. But I made sure that in the list, I break down a few things and give you a basic list on cord cutting rituals. Those that are interesting, make sure y'all circulate and donate to all of the circulating and donate, not super chat, but only through PayPal, Venmo, and Zelle. Matter of fact, you could probably do it through super chat, because I know where super chat is going. Yeah, you could do it through super chat, 1111 through super chat. Yeah, you can do that, but you got to text me your email if you know you sent me 1111 or 1212, $11.11 or 1212. You got to do it through email. You got to text me your email after to 347-496-1022. That's 347-496-1022. All right. Next, meditation and visualization. Picture yourself bathing in the light of healing, releasing all attachment that no longer serves you. Imagine reclaiming fragmented parts of your soul. Each visualization technique is very important to do, because the more we get back into our imaginations, the more we're able to manifest more things, manifest higher things, and elevate to other levels. Number 3, rewriting the narrative. Inner child healing. This is very important. This is very important. Oh, damn, I forgot to show it. We just did that. So if you want to take a picture of that, meditation and visualization, picture yourself bathing. If you want to take a picture of that. If y'all missed that, take a picture, take a snapshot of that right now. I was in front. Meditation, visualization, take a snapshot of that. And here is the rewriting the narrative. Inner child healing. Nurture the inner child. Nurture the inner child, family. Nurture the inner child by offering love. A lot of people, a lot of my clients, when I see a lot of frequencies that deal with love and healing, when I see a lot of things dealing with love and healing, I always tell my clients to write a love letter to themselves. Write a love letter to yourself. I think that's one of the most important things. Whether male or female, learn to write a love letter to yourself. It's all right. Sometimes you got to learn how to write a love letter to yourself. And I tell people, I don't care if you're going through snotty nose crying. I don't care if you remember and you go back to the times when you thought your parents wasn't loving you and you had to love. You got to love beyond all of that. Inner child healing. Nurture the inner child by offering the love, validation, and safety that may have been missing in the past. You got to remind yourself. You got to remind yourself. Mind yourself. So you got to learn to, every one of us have to learn to rewrite that narrative. Am I making sense? Please put the number 3 in the chat if I'm making sense. Please put the number 3 in the chat. If I'm making sense, please put the number 3 in the chat if I'm making sense. Because a lot of people is playing with this healing. And then when y'all run back into the same old type of woman or the same old type of man or the same old type of situation, you don't realize it's because of that inner child. I remember when my sister Nicole mentioned abandonment issues, and I know she was studying psychology, and she got her, I don't know what she got a master's degree in, and she mentioned it because, I'm one of those people that I ain't got no time to deal with the foolishness, and sometimes that's just protecting my boundaries, what we call it now. But that word stuck to my head about abandonment issues, and I realized, even before my sister was born, that abandonment issues it's true, because my mother had to work at night sometimes. My father was working at night and then left us with babysitters. And of course, babysitters have their own room, so they're not going to stay in the room with you. They probably stay there until you go to sleep, and that's it. But if you wake up, if a child wakes up in the middle of the night and don't see nobody, they feel abandoned. They don't feel protected. So inner child healing, nurturing the inner child by offering the love, validation, and safety that may have been missing in the past. I wrote myself a love letter. And I know that might feel, men might say, man writing himself a love letter. I had to write myself a love letter. I had to buy myself a birthday card. And that's why I bought my own self a birthday card sometime. And that's why I'm going to be teaching this lesson. Birthday, birth date, and born day, and what they mean mathematically, but from a spiritual and physical perspective, I'm going to give that too. That's one of the next lessons that should be coming up probably tomorrow. That might come up tomorrow. I might do that tomorrow, or I might do that on the 10th. I might do it tomorrow. So that's why I'm doing this. That's why every little slogan, every little word, even abandonment, I'm going to break down one day. Abandonment issues and how to reverse it. I'm going to break down those words because words, sound, power, all of that, all of these words and sound and power that we speak. Remember what they used to say? Sticks and stones will break our bones, but names will never hurt us. That's a goddamn lie. Sticks and stones will hurt us, yes, and break our bones. So I got my bones broken. One of my ankles was broken right at Carlton Avenue at a junkyard back in the 70s. Anthony Palmer threw a damn brick at my leg. I remember that trauma. But if you call and you say traumatic things to your children young, like when I was young, I'm too black. How come we come out too black? And why he too black? And if your family's saying it, then your friends are saying it, then that's the thing that you hold on to. It wasn't until I heard the lessons of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad through Clarence 13X, the 5% Nation, who said, who is the original man? The original man is the Asiatic black man, the maker, the owner, the cream of the planet Earth, father of civilization, God of the universe. My whole world opened up at 14 years of age. That this beautiful black skin, nothing is wrong with it. People are just jealous. I'm telling you, I will never dog out the 5% Nation or the Nation of Islam. Why? Because those lessons saved my life. Because at the age of 8, I almost unalived myself because I thought my family and friends hated me because of this. Because of this. Come to find out, the darker the berry, the sweeter the wine. Yo, big up to India Irie, who sang songs like that. Yes, I'm tearing up, of course. I'm not fully out in the tears, but that's trauma. I almost bonded with that trauma till it almost unalived me. At the age of 8, I got the mark on my wrist when I almost cut my wrist at 8 years old. Why is an 8-year-old thinking like that? Sticks and stones may break your bones, but names will never hurt you. Damn lie. Names will hurt you. Names will hurt you. And sometimes light-skinned people go through it. Sometimes caramel people go through it. Dark-skinned people go through it. We all go through it. If you light and damn near white, sometimes they go through it. So it's not just about me. It's about every spectrum that we manifest this melanin through. That. Yeah, I love India Irie. I got to meet her at the New Black Wall Street. India Irie, brown skin. I love that song. Thank you very much for reminding me, Hammett. So we got to rewrite the narrative. Let me go back to the lessons. We got to rewrite the narrative. My children don't know what I went through. They cannot talk to me forever. But they don't know what I went through with my mother and father not there. Going to work to take care of me, and then when my sister was born 2 years later, he take care of her. Why they had to send us away to Canada and Jamaica just to get this stuff on point. I know, now I understand. But I had to write that inner child in me, thanks to Queen of Four, who said, yo, you got to talk to your inner child. Nurture the inner child by offering the love, validation, and safety that may have been missing in the past. Or I may have felt like it was missing only because I didn't know at a young age that they was going to work to take care of me and to pay bills and handle that or whatever they was doing. So these affirmations and mantras speak words of empowerment daily. I am worthy of healthy, loving relationships. I release all that binds me to pain. I am worthy. That's an affirmation and a mantra. I am worthy of healthy, loving relationships. I release all that binds me to pain. Take a snapshot of that affirmation and mantra. Find your own mantra. Get your own mantra. Develop your own mantra. Dr. B said, I allow. Man, Dr. B was on fire yesterday. So was Sister Myra Mars. So was Billy Carson. Billy Carson brought me to tears yesterday. Bill Valentine's, as an elder supporting Billy, that made me smile, bro. Because both of them may have their differences when it comes to earth and all that kind of stuff, but for Phil to show his love the way he did, I need Dr. Phil and Billy Carson. I need Billy Carson to interview Dr. Phil on his platform. You know, and I'm going to call Billy Carson and say, yo, you should interview Phil. 4, community and higher connection. This is very important. Thank you very much, Dom. Thank you very much. Community and higher connection. Surround yourself with light. Seek relationships that reflect the love and the respect you desire. Lean into spiritual communities or groups focused on growth and healing. Now, let me say this. In closing. We're about to finish off. So hold on before you miss the magic. Hold on before you miss the magic. Don't forget, later on today, I will be on Billy Carson's show on Forbidden Knowledge TV podcast on YouTube. Forbidden Knowledge. Next lesson coming up, birth date, and born day. Born to be alive. Big up to Dr. Alicia coming up on the 8th. Queen of Four coming on the 9th because she'll be at Nicholas. I'm promoting Nicholas. On the 12th, Paris Williams. 15th, Nina Dunham. 19th, early in the morning, Jamel Simmons, the son of Danny Simmons, the great artist and the nephew of Russell Simmons. And also a man from Run DMC, Run Simmons. Cheyenne Black will be up with us that day on the 19th also. And then on the 22nd, we have Kendall Cobbs. On the 26th, we have the one, the only Professor James Smalls and Professor Griff coming together. Oh yeah, that's going to be fire. Community is so important. And I've been in the Ansarul Law community. There's communities like the Nation of Islam has a community, the Hebrews have a community. As long as you go into these communities and Christians have their community, Muslims have their community in different, as long as you go into this community to spiritually grow and heal, Ifa, Akan, the Kemetic has a community, so-called conscious. I don't like to call it conscious. I call them the conscientious. I like the conscientious community. The conscious community, I don't know what's going on with that, but respect to people that still consider them part of a conscious community. I put conscientious in front of the conscious. I want to be conscientious because conscientious means doing what is right with my consciousness in a community. That's why I'm not going to be arguing and debating and cussing each other out because of religion and all that. I'm not doing that. So surround yourself with light. Seek relationships that reflect the love and the respect you desire. Lean into spiritual communities or groups focused on growth and healing. Reconnect to source, whether you call your source God, Jesus, Allah, Yahweh, Jah, whatever you call them, Rasta, whatever you call it, reconnect to source, trust in divine guidance, and understand that healing is part of your spiritual evolution. Everybody take a deep breath in conclusion. Everybody take a deep breath. Let me take a drink real quick. In conclusion, I'm so happy. In conclusion, the journey forward. I broke down the numbers of trauma bonding. It has up to a 4. Trauma bonding has up to a 4 in the Pythagorean, a 9 in the Chaldean stuff. 4 is a mental health number. 9 could be an argumentative or a healing number. 4 could be a mental health number or a distress number or a depression number, but it also has healing to it. So you can reverse a lot of the trauma bonding if you're willing to put the work to fight the trauma bonding so you can balance and manage your weaknesses and strengthen your strength. The journey forward. Trauma bonding does not define your worth or future. Spiritually, it can be seen as a profound teacher, leading you back to self-love, strength, and alignment with your higher self. Through numerovational, astrological, physical, emotional, and spiritual practices, the bond can be broken, allowing for great freedom and clarity. Let me say that last part. Through numerovational, astrological, physical, emotional, and spiritual practices. I don't care what practices you're doing. The bond, as long as you're doing it with the most proper and most profound intentions, the bond can be broken, allowing for greater freedom and clarity. Note, if y'all would like guidance on specific cord-cutting rituals or practices for rebuilding self-love after trauma, let me know, or circulate the 1111 or up, $11.11 or up through my PayPal. That's pinned to the top, or my Venmo and or the Zelle, but you got to text me and let me know that you sent it. Text me and let me know that you can send it so I can check. Text me at this number right here. If you're interested in it, text me at this number right here, and I'll send you a list on my list, my personal list of cord-cutting rituals, just in case. They're rituals, and the only way they're gonna work is if you make them work. If you make them work, they will work. If you don't want them to work, they won't work. Simple as that. Simple as that. It's just like going into a tub. Water's gonna clean you, but if you don't want it to clean you, it'll just run right over you. But you got to put that rag in, and you got to put the soap and the organic soap and do what you got to do to make it feel good. Make it do what it do. Got to make it do what it do. Thanks for your time and greatness from King Simon Present. I want to give all of you a well-deserved round of applause for coming on and spreading that love, family. Thank y'all very much for enjoying. We're going on 2 hours. We have 1 hour and 42 minutes we did this. Man, I told y'all it was going to be something else. I knew it was going to be a tail jerker for some people. Thank y'all very much. Thank you very much. Gratitude to every one of you out there that watched me, that pays attention. Gratitude. 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 Somebody said, perfect way to start my day. I hope it is. I hope it is a perfect day to start your day. You put some meditation music in the background as we close out. I want everybody to take a deep breath. Do some breath work, family. Let's do some breath work and get on out of here. Take a deep breath. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. One more time. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. In the year of the 9, 2025, 2025. The 20 represents the awakening and the discernment that we must have in these years of the 2000s. 25 that we're in, 25 years in, represents the endurance and the strength that we must have during this particular year, this particular 2025 year, which adds up to a 45, which is the two communication numbers of discipline, dotting all I's, crossing every T, and being able to be adaptable, improvise, and overcome. 4, 5 equals 9. 9 deals with completion and detoxification of people, places, and things that no longer serves your purpose because you want to rise to a higher level of your life. So when things go low, you got to go high. You say that again. When things go low, you got to go high. Because 9 is the highest reflection of any single digit number on the chart. But 9 is the number of humanitarian. If people bring you down to arguments and contentions and debates and foolishness, then it can become a problem. I want to thank each and every one of you for being a part of my journey. I want to thank my physical creators, my mother and my father. I want to thank my divine parents that watches over me and my divine energetic ancestors that works through me in my bloodline. I want to thank my true family members and my true friends. I want to thank my children and my grandchildren and my great-grandchildren, my great-great-great-grandchildren, all of them that's going to be coming. That they take the wisdom of numerovation and give it to the world, share it with the world like I have shared. I honor my ancestors. I honor my divine parents. I honor my physical parents. It says, love and honor thy mother and thy father, that thy days may be loved, may be longer. That's what I do. Take care of yourself, family. And remember, like Kaba Kama, they say, keep on keeping on. It ain't over until we win. Tune in tonight because we're going to have a great time. We did this recording last week, but we had a great time. Look out for the next lesson, birth date, and born date. And look out for these great people coming up on my channel. Look out for these great people coming up on my channel. Look out for these great events coming up. Great events coming up. Look out for this combination coming up. Make sure you join my membership. Join my membership. Join my membership. Join my membership. Join my membership, please. Only $9.99. Want to thank some of my moderators when they're in. Millicent Simmons. Make sure you support what she does through color therapy. Dr. Shakira Moore. Make sure you support what she does through iridology and nutritional advisor and spiritual teaching. Remember, she got a class coming up on the 15th. Make sure you show her some love. Look out for the new book coming out. The pre-orders will start on February the 15th. Remember, my masterclass is coming up. Masterclass is coming up January the 11th. Go to linktr.ee/kingsimonthenumerovator. Dr. Philip Valentine, look out for his class coming up. My dear sister Paris is coming into town to Georgia, to Stonecrest, Georgia. at the New Black Wall Street. Make sure you support her on Instagram, YouTube, and through her website. If you want to handle your tax, you want financial planning, tax preparation, international tax, Canada returns, wealth planning, and cash flow analysis, make sure you contact my brother and tell him that mention King Simon and DTR will help you out. Call that number right now and they'll help you out. Those that are into reggae and world beat, this award show is happening on March the 30th. It's gonna be powerful. And big up to Adara Moselle, she does free consultations. Scan the QR code and that can help you, or go to her website, adaramoselle.com. Her linktree /Adara Moselle. Get her book called Healing Self-Harmony. Enough respect to Lloyd Strayhorn, lloyd-strayhorn.com. Hit him up. The elder is doing great work. He had Paris on the other day. It was wonderful. Big up to Amira. Hit her up. If you want some cartomancy or some Reiki or some yoga done. Big up to my son JB doing what he got to do to keep that car detailing company and dumpster wash and pressure wash going on. Hit him up. Big up to my son Prince Imagine, doing his thing with the recording world. Hit him up. If you want to book a session with me, I got to turn off this for that. If you want to book a session with me, text me your full name and date of birth to email. I got 14 slots now. Just as we're talking, people are 14 slots left in January right now. Text me your full name, date of birth, and email, and I will send you the details. Remember, if you can't circulate to the show right now, you can always buy my books. I got children's books up. I got regular numerology books up. Go to Amazon or go to Kindle. I think Kindle has it also. Kindle is also part of it. But also remember, please go to my linktree /King Simon Numerovator for all my links. Big up to Numerovational Angles and Angel Number book. I completed the book this morning. I woke up early this morning. I completed the book this morning, and I was determined to complete it this morning, but I have to do my editing now. I uploaded it into a private folder in my email. Now I got to go do the editing and make sure I'm clear on what I'm saying when I'm disseminating information in regarding my perspective of angles and angel numbers. It's called Numerovational Angles and Angel Numbers by your brother King Simon. So this book should be coming out very soon as I'm editing now, and my children's book should come out towards the summer. It's called Strive to Live a Positive Life, based on one of my reggae songs that I wrote years ago in the 1990s. Produced by King Jammins, and recorded at King Jammins, produced by Johnny Wonder. Big up to Johnny Wonder, the Italian stallion himself, my brother. Also, my autobiography is coming out, When the Late Bell Rang. T. Anthony Brown, King Simon. That's 2026. Family, you have been great. Thank you very much. There was no trolls in the building. I'm so happy for that. And there was a lot of people, but there was no trolls in the building. So I'm glad. We had like 100 people up in here, in and out. So I'm glad. And although I don't have a major 100,000 to 400,000 to 1 million followers online, I'm giving you $1 trillion information that can help guide you, that can help you maintain your discipline and your healing from a mathematical and a physical and spiritual perspective. So please share. Please share. And ask the people to subscribe to this channel. Build the algorithms so we can get the message out the best way we can. Please do that. And when you do circulate money to any program, remember, Currency is circulating back to me a trillion folds or 1,000 fold. Dr. B says 1,000, I say a trillion. Currency is circulating back to me 1,000 folds. Whatever you're comfortable with, Dr. B said 1,000, I'm saying a trillion. Because I want abundance upon abundance upon abundance. I ain't stopping. Ain't no stopping us now. I'm on the move. I'm on the move, and I ain't stopped moving. And remember what Dr. B said. I forgive myself, my family, and others for imperfection. I am thankful for my life. Remember what Dr. Blair used to say. Please, Universal Creator, know in my heart that I love you. Please protect me and this planet on which I live now. Please open my mind, my spirit, and my soul to receive only truth in your love now. Sending high love and vibration to the late, great Dr. Delbert Blair. Make sure you go to his website. Show him some love. Show Dr. Blair some love, his family some love, Brother Tony and the whole crew over there at the Legacy Shop, the MetaCenter2.com or the MetaCenterChicago.com. Hit him up, buy his book. Dr. Blair has like 3 to 4 books. You should read it. I have one of them here because I gave away a few of them and I think I lost them in the storage. And support Dr. B. Dr. B talked about the original Christmas. Go support Dr. B at elevationtime.com. That's elevationtime.com or linktree/Dr. B Serious, Dr. B Serious, or go to his YouTube channel, Dr. B Serious. On that note, family, thank y'all so very much for your healing vibes, your energy. There's my PayPal right there, paypal.me/King Simon. There's my Venmo right there, venmo.com/u/King Simon 1. If you use Chime, there's my Chime right there. Chime is King Simon Tab. If you use Zelle, use the email tabproductions318@gmail. 318 is actually my son's birthday. Shia, big up to Shia. Happy birthday again to his daughter, my granddaughter, one the only, Carmen. And of course, all of my grandchildren, enough respect to them. It's been a day, family, and I love it. I love it. Sometimes we get tired, sometimes we get weary. But there's no rest for the weary. There's no rest for the righteous. There's no rest for the wicked. There's no rest. There's no rest. There is no rest. I tell people that all the time. I don't get rest. I don't sleep. My former girlfriend said, "Damn, you used to get up. I used to just get up and I'm working. I got things to do. I got too much to do in this dispensation of time elements and time construct. I got a lot of things to do, and I'm even working in my dreams. That's a good thing, because I know I'm preparing the way for my grandchildren and my great-grandchildren and my great-great-great-great-great-grandchildren. I'm preparing the way. I know that. I know I am. I see it in my dreams. Man, no rest. But there's no retreat either. I'm not going to retreat. For whatever. I taught a whole lesson on that recently, and it's in my membership. For whatever, backwards never. 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 Thank you, Nkrumah, Kwame Nkrumah, for that battle cry in the 1950s. He was born September 21st. Same year as my grandfather, 1909. I want to say thank y'all very much for being your great self, family. And remember, give yourself some love. Give yourself some appreciation. Write your own love letter. Write your own love poem. If you don't want to write a letter, write a love poem to yourself. And then embrace yourself and say, "Oh, I love you. love you. And remember, family, I love you because I love me. Have a great day, afternoon, or evening. Take care.
Numerovation with King Simon. Text me now at 347-496-1022. You can also take my course if you want to, but do text me for your sessions at 347-496-1022. You can also get my books on Amazon at linktr.ee/King Simon the Numerovator. Remember, you can book your session and get it done right now. 347-496-1022. That's 347-496-1022. King Simon the Numerovator.
Get ready. The 42nd International Reggae and World Music Awards Show is coming to the Coral Springs Center for the Arts, Fort Lauderdale on Sunday, March 2025. Celebrate the biggest names in reggae and world music as we bring nations together through music and culture. Early bird tickets are on sale now. Don't miss out. Grab yours today at thecentercs.com or irama.com and book your stay for an unforgettable weekend. Hurry, prices go up after Thanksgiving. Follow us on social media and visit our website, www.irawma.com for more details. The 42nd Irama Show, where the world comes to celebrate music.
So remember, our job as studiers of these metaphysical, esoteric knowledge is to help enhance people to be better. I, as a numerovator, using the numbers, or quote-unquote numerals, and motivation to get people to understand why they need to activate their numbers to be their very best self and maximize it. Because the numerals hold a frequency. And if you're willing to turn up that frequency, then that frequency can help to guide you and navigate you to a higher height that will allow you to spiral to be your best self. We must remember that.